let's get back to learning about 𝕒𝕒𝕤𝕒 in this other case. Alright, let us go continue. Start playing from the save gate file. You know it. Okay, so last we left off with this case, we brought in the murderer with her sassiness, and everybody didn't want to believe her because everybody didn't want to believe anything because, you know, she's pretty and she's foreign, and everyone's just like, ooh, let's engage in the foreign prettiness. But they're gonna go over it 1,000 times anyway. So let's get back into it. If you weren't here before, you'll pick up on what's going on very quickly, because if I learn anything in these kind of cases, in these kind of games, they go over the case 4,678 times. Pray for my throat, you guys, because apparently it goes through the most. Order, order, order. What is the meaning of this, Inspector? I don't know. Something that must got you sweating. Pop the molly and I'm sweating. Whew. The meaning of what, Prosecutor Achi? Why on earth did you not have the lady open her handbag and show you the contents at the time? Oh yeah, we just discovered that before. She was just like, oh, I couldn't have shot the guy. I didn't have a handbag. I don't have anything to carry a gun. Meanwhile, I'll fit on thousands of pockets. And then we discovered homegirl had a handbag. And if any of my ladies in the chat know, handbags can hold a gun. Just like they can hold other things. E-gaps. You know, not that her hat, her giant kabus of a dress couldn't hold nothing. But no. Her holding a gun? No. Unthink of. In her handbag? Unbelievable. I don't believe it. Thanks to your bungling incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations. Bruh. She committed a murder. Brilliant work, partner. Oh, 𝕒𝕒𝕤𝕒. Hi. I wanted to look my best for you. I'm so glad we meet again. Now we have our chance to expose the real woman behind the mask. I mean, she was already exposing herself. Everybody else is just being a simp for her for no reason. Do you think so, 𝕒𝕒𝕤? Didn't I tell you about getting sick in the middle of a case? You bleeding does not stop her from being a worry. Well, what a sorry situation. Clearly you have no faith in the police. No! Especially when the police lies. As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting. Simply because, let me guess, you didn't know. It was unnecessary. It's only been less than a second in this game, and I already have a headache. Unnecessary in what way? Yes, please do inform us. I'll have to thank the student lawyer, really. Real facts. How bloody do you think that napkin is by now, as often as he uses it? I have a piece of evidence here that I completely forgot about. Okay. Let's hear it. What evidence did you forget about in the midst of this giant case? Oh, beautiful and wise professor. Well, sorry. Oh, police. This photographic print. Of course! How did I forget that he may have a photographic print to basically prove this woman's innocence? You know what? We're lying. Now we've hidden evidence. And we've almost didn't even bring the hold on. We lied about who we were, made people who saw the incident lie, hide a whole other person, and now we're holding off evidence. You know, if I didn't think this was the brilliant case, now I do. This right here, mwah, chef kiss, beautiful, great guy, deserves a raise. Why is he not being promoted? Just excellent. Just piece de resistance, man of the year. Oh, oh, just bite me down. Why not? This man gets on my absolute nerves. Like, you for real? You didn't check the woman? Anyway, moving on. This game took place in the hood. Accurate statement. The print is of a photography is a photograph that I thought would be prudent to. I just read the sentence ahead, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm already upset. Like, this print of this print is a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after the shoot. Just say you hope that she would slide you some boom boom if you covered for her. As you can see, it clearly shows Miss Barrett's handbag. You know, the thing that she claimed she had no reason to hold a gun in. It's holding a glass. Well, I never. Indeed. You can see right through to what's inside. That's right. Apparently, meshwork bags like these are the height in fashion in London at the moment. So the contents are clearly visible. Exactly. So there was no need to search the lady's handbag. If there had been a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious. But she took the glass. She tried to hide. She's trying to cover for herself. Ah! As you can see, there's nothing to imply Mrs. Barrett's guilt here. There's everything to imply Mrs. Barrett's guilt. Are you... Do you really think that's what her butt is, like the shape of her butt? Do you think that's how big her butt is? I'm gonna let you know it's not. I'm gonna let you know her butt's not that big. It ain't. If you really believe that homegirl got this big caboose, I'm gonna let you know now, the caboose, not that big, papito. It's not. It's a bunch of cage. It's a bunch of, you know, what is that called? What is that called? It's a bunch of. It's not filler, but it's a bunch of cushions. Like, uh, we just started, so you're fine. But hi, Opsy. We literally just put the game on. I'm mad upset that I wasn't able to join you because I wanted to be able to. No, you just missed Ender Lily, which is fine. It was a beginning, great game. Basically, the easier version of Hollow Knight. But this woman, okay. And you bow like you said something, and she smiles like she proved something. Thank you for helping me to prove that, Naruhodo-san. No, what you did, you helped yourself prove that you're basically an idiot and you're incompetent to be a policeman. But then again, the police are already incompetent, so uh why are you freaking out? This is nothing to worry about. Exactly, not Yaba and both of y'all cocktail. Exactly. Order. What am I ordering? Inspector Hasunoga, you will submit the print as evidence at once. Yes, you better, because I'm going to prove to you why this is bull. Certainly, Your Excellency. I think you've had long enough to cross-examine the witness console. Hi, Lori. What's up? The court has now been shown considerable evidence. considerable evidence? Considerable evidence. In what land or time is that considered considerable evidence? As a photographic print just submitted into the court records appears to have no further significance. Are you nuts? I'm satisfied there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter. I'm sorry. And I must make my ruling. Am I the only one not seeing the glass? Are y'all not looking at the glass? Are y'all so too far up in her face and her ass that you're not looking at the glass? The glass. The glass. I was waking up from my nap. I am the nappiest. I had like 3 naps today, so I'm so full of energy. Indeed, there's only one logical conclusion. Oh, please enlighten me. Enlighten me. There's one only logical conclusion. Please tell me that the pathetic rookie slumped over at the bench before us is the only perpetrator at the crime. You can't prove I did it. So because you can't prove that this lady didn't do it, I'm guilty? I'm not even black in this stupid game, and I feel black in this case. No. Just when I thought I was beginning to turn things around, I'm in the worst situation that I could have than I was at the start. Kazume, please don't give up. Kazume? I'm sorry, Mr. Nonosuke. Now that the cross-examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force the trial to continue. Kazume, no! You mustn't give up! What? You mean this is it? I must say, you put up quite a fight for a rookie student. But the weak are meat, while the strong eat. Oh, I'm gonna show you weak meat in a second. You were wasting your time. There's no way to defeat true justice. A fact that you could chew on to your heart's content from the inside of your cell. Oh, I'm gonna show you a cell, alright. This can't be happening. This isn't happening. Am I really gonna be found guilty of a crime that I didn't commit? Oh, I'll make sure you aren't. And Kazuma. By the way, it's Kazuma, not Kazume. His dreams of going to study in Great Britain will slip through his fingers. Not if I'm fit. Kazuma. What? Is there really no chance now of this turning this trial around? You heard the judge. There's nothing about the last photography that... Not you two thinking that this is the end. At the last photograph the detective produced that we can contest. There's several things, which means there's no bias on which we can argue for the trial to continue. The glass, Kazuma! The glass! The glass! Very well. I will now proceed immediately to the ruling. It seems we'll be able to report to the British government on time after all. That smug little... 𝕤𝕒𝕤𝕤, Norihita, having considered all the evidence placed before me, Did I speak? Wait, Your Excellency. Renansuke. I don't think you can rule on this case yet. The amateurist is getting tedious. When His Excellency deems the trial is over, he gives his ruling. That is the most basic protocol of the courtroom. Your Excellency, just a moment ago you said this. As the photographic print just submitted appears to have no further significance, there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Now that means that if there was a problem with the evidence, some significant detail I mean, then ruling on this case at the time would be out of the question. This blatant straw clutching. Look at this photographic print. All it shows is the handbag the gentlewoman was carrying on that day in question. Are y'all just blind? I feel like y'all are blind. Oh, thank you for the lurk. Have a good time elsewhere. Hope you come back. There can be no problem with the evidence. Are you, like, dumb or, like, stupid? Is it crack? Is it crack that you were smoking? Because if it is crack, by all means, pass it over, hand it to me, give me more. You better know what you're doing, Renanske. I understand your objection, counsel. Certainly, the new evidence submitted by the detective was not undergoing this court's scrutiny. Look! 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 There's two things you're not looking at. Look at what's on his arm, and then we'll look on his wrist, and then look at the glass. However, I fail to see how you can glean any new information from this hand. Is everybody on stupid? Did we all just take stupid juice and we don't know what anyone's talking about? Because it's right there. It's right. I'm tired. Huh, my thoughts exactly. Really, the prosecution is beginning tired of this rookie desperate wheezes. I'm getting tired of you talking. Yes, I am desperate, but this isn't a wheeze. There's something about this photograph doesn't seem right. If only I could put my finger on it. The glass! I bet you it's the glass. I probably think it's the glass. If it's not the glass, I'm so done. Cause this is like the dumbest thing ever. Okay. Very well, I will grant the defense one final opportunity. This is not how a court case goes, by the way. If you notice something, you are immediately able to question it. You don't just go, okay, I got enough evidence. Like, no! What? But be warned that if I am unsatisfied by your response, the trial will be over with an immediate effect. Do I make myself clear? That doesn't do anything. Yes, Your Excellency. So, taking a look at the photographic print Inspector Hosonaga submitted before, you will identify for the court where in this print we see the significant detail to which you have alluded. Okay. So, I know for sure it's the hand glass, but you know. I don't think they're gonna give me the glass. I think they want me to identify something else. It's one of the two things. It's either the glass or it's either the tattoo, which looks like a Taurus. So but I think it's this. How do I select again? Dang it, I'm learning controls for everything. This one. Oh, apparently that was it. Look at this. Here. He's clearly a Taurus. There's a very unusual mark on the victim's wrist. He must be born between the dates of March. He's born in early March. That is true. It looks almost, well, not early May. Wow, I'm bad at this. It looks like a burn mark of some description. Here he comes. Dear me, I was pondering what new peril you would come up with. A burn, you say, on the victim's wrist? Clearly that has nothing whatsoever to do with the magnificent lady's handbag. Hi, Sadie. Welcome, my dear. Yes, that is a burn mark, you're right. Go on, Inspector. The police coroner also noticed it when he was performing the post-mortem examination. It is deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he did not note it in his report. No. Okay, this later changes in life, and like real forensic evidence, they take mark of everything. If every tattoo you have, every mole that you have, any weird markings on your skin, they make sure they keep that on lock. Because if there is any reason that they need to take note of that, like if the murder has something that's related to you, if you have a baby somewhere and they need to know if the baby has a significant mark just like you, they keep track of everything. So this changes. This is not what really happens. What did I tell you? In any case, we have no idea when the victim suffered this mark, do we? And no possible way of knowing either. It's clearly the mark of a Taurus. Bulls! The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by the curious shape of this mark. Looks like a bull. However, as the prosecutor Ayuchi points out, unless a firm connection to the case can be shown, I cannot allow any further time to be spent on the precise details of this burn. I can show you why it's important. Oh, shut up, lady. We know you can speak English. Or Japanese. Excuse me, Your Excellency. It would seem Miss Britt has a lunch appointment with the dean and the other university staff. More people she wants to kill? Persons? She would like to know if we may be excused from the stand now. No! No! Oh, of course, dear lady. We shan't hold you up any longer. I don't care if she had to get surgery in 5 minutes. She stands here until we prove her innocence. Where is you going? To run away? I don't think so. Not on my watch. I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway. What's your thinking on this, Ryunosuke? Do you believe the burn mark does have something to do with this case? Apparently, and not the obvious glass she's hiding. To be honest, I'm not really sure. But if I don't keep pushing, then it's all over. So I was thinking I should just keep digging and digging in the hope that I might uncover something useful. Yes, you're right. I am? Oh! If we can just link that bird to the case, if we can do it, we might be able to prise the shutting doors back open again. Is what I'm saying, Wavy. They want to let old girl just leave. Like, she's allowed to. When have you ever went to a court where they're just like, alright, listen, I feel like I've proven my innocence, so I'm about to just be out. Yeah, be good now, you hear? Like, cause she a woman and she pretty. Okay. Just give up, counsel. You cannot possibly hope to do that. Ooh, I want to wring your neck. Indeed. I'm afraid that no, without further evidence, cannot allow you to pursue with little more than a conjecture. Are y'all dumb? But if we had evidence that is intuitively linked the burn mark on the victim's wrist to the case, then would you allow it? I mean, you should. I mean, yes. To tell the truth, I hadn't noticed that burn. But as soon as you pointed it out, what I did notice was the color draining from Miss Barrett's face. Really? I have to find some link between the burn and the case. This is the moment of truth. Is it the moment of truth? It's time to find some evidence that proves that what the burn really means. I'm about to just shoot her myself. So then, the defense will now present its evidence to the court. Oh, finally, thank you. Demonstrates an indisputable connection between the victim's burn and the trial. So, hold on. State which one is it that I can look at it? It's A. Oh! Oh! That! Right there! Right there! Do you see? Just to let me know it's beef. I'm gonna play this so I can't watch. Boo. Have fun. Thank you! Right there! That's what we need. Got it. So it's this one. So we present this one. What's this, counsel? Yet another print? I mean, this is the same one we've been looking at, but, you know, go off. Yes, Your Excellency. I believe the photographic prints are an amazing invention. When we humans look at a scene, we miss things. But in the photograph, things we may have overlooked at the time are recorded forevermore. Do hurry, rookie. What are you trying to say? You got something to do? Somewhere to be? I know you ain't got a woman, because certainly no woman will be married to your lame self. To inconvenience this poor lady any further would be quite inexcusable. She aight. Actually, we may need you to stay with us a little longer if you don't mind, Miss Barrett. You see, it's very clearly visible in this other photograph. How did the victim come to have an unusual shaped burn on his wrist? The reason is recorded here forevermore. Yeah, ho, how did he get it? How? Excuse me. You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy. I mean, he can't be objecting like that. I hope you know that. That's not how real court works. If that's your game, then let's see how it plays out. Show the court exactly what you mean. I was going to before you rudely interrupted me. What in this photograph explains the reason for the victim's burn? This right here. Oh wait, hold on. The beefsteak? Not what I pointed at. Actually, the point is the metal plate the steak was served on. The plate? Your Excellency, are you alright? As you can see, there is an emblem on the plate, actually assuming that what he has is beef. I would guess in some sort of trademark of 𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤. The emblem on the plate and on the victim's burn are exactly the same shape. He got burned really significant for that shape to be there. 𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤, you genius. Oh, he complimented me. Oh, 𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤. I'm all flustered now. You're spot on. Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant. I have no idea what they're alluding to this time. But even if that's the case, we can't know if it happened the day of the question or not. Don't boink me. It could have happened. It could have been the day before or the day before that. It is most likely happened at some other unrelated time. Clutching at straws, huh? Well, Sadly, prosecutor, the chances of that are extremely slim. Yeah, what he said. Why? The outline of the burn is clearly 𝕤𝕤𝕠𝕤𝕠𝕤. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector 𝕤𝕠𝕠𝕤? I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly. But, but, I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't severed very long ago. And although it's not particularly a large burn, it's extremely well defined, and as the defense just pointed out. This was no mild burn for sure. Can you be more specific, Inspector? Well, let's see. If the plate was at around 90 degrees centigrade, a burn like this would have been taken around 3 seconds. Whew! It is inconceivable that the victims wouldn't have let out a scream of pain then. I've been investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I have not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of 𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤, I can testify to that without hesitation. But you're a detective, not a waiter. There you have it. Something isn't right here. There's several things that aren't right here, but following the story. As the detective said, anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate for a whole 3 seconds would scream in pain. Exactly. There's no question of that. And yet, Inspector Hosonaga never heard the professor scream, not on that day or any before it. That's right. And one of the strange things is, on that day that he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either. Huh. What are you suggesting? Well, if the professor had carelessly laid his wrist on the plate for anything like 3 seconds of that day, that would be beyond careless, I think, counsel. Then the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antiques dealer, all of us would have, without question, have heard him scream. Wouldn't you agree, Professor 𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤? Well, yes, I suppose. Okay, big brain time. 2 guns at the scene. One gun was shot off, but another gun was just left there by the time I picked it up. She's hiding the glass. He was poisoned, and the shot was made to cover up the fact that he was poisoned. Because why would she take the glass for? I mean, obviously, yes, to cover the fact that she was there, but I feel like maybe he was poisoned because I don't think he died from a gunshot. Because if he would have yelled and no one heard him yell, so that means he was already dead by the time that happened. I think when he was falling, he might have burned himself. Or something caused him to burn himself, but he didn't feel it because you can't feel it if you're already dead. Oh, this is a very different case than I thought it was going to be. So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream? I almost don't believe it. 𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤, do you think? Can it really be true? I never dreamed we arrived at a conclusion like this, but I'm starting to think that maybe we've been led into a terrible trap. There's only one explanation I could think of to make sense of this apparent impossibility. On the day in question, when he suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson was already dead. No man could remain silent with his wrist was being burned on a piping hot plate for the whole 3 seconds. That clearly is impossible. I mean, it's not that impossible. Apart from in one particular situation. Counsel, are you suggesting? Yes, it's only possible that the man was already dead. Already? Dead? That's what I said. Knowing what we know now, it's the only possible explanation. I wouldn't have reached that, honestly. When the steak was brought out to Dr. Wilson's table that day, the professor was already dead. That's that's madness. Oh, she poisoned him, which fits. I don't see poison was very common back then. It was really easy to poison someone. To get the poison was the hard part, but once you I mean, not really, because they using aspartame to clean off walls, so it's not impossible to think that he was already poisoned. It was really easy to get poisoned back in the day. I mean, it's easy to get poisoned now, but I mean, it was really easy to slip it in. Order, 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 please. Counsel, explain this absurd notion at once. The victim was killed by a gunshot. That's right. That's absolutely right, Your Excellency. Was he? Was he killed by a gunshot? Or do we think he was killed by a gunshot? This is just another ridiculous ploy by the rookie student, but clearly he has no grasp on the facts. No, prosecutor, it was you who has no grasp of the facts. Tell him, baby. I beg your pardon? As soon as it became apparent that the victim had suffered the burn while at the restaurant, this whole case was turned upside down. Or have you not grasped that yet? Your Excellency, the court must hear from this witness again. If it's true, as we now believe, the victim was already dead before the gunshot was heard. It is highly likely that Miss Barrett knows something about it. Of course she does. Incredible. I certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. What a twist. I'm sorry to say, Miss Barrett, that you'll have to forget your luncheon engagement. But Your Excellency. Oh no, we have inconvenienced the white woman. Hi, Jojo. The justice system in our country may be in its infancy, but rest assured, all reasonable doubt must be displayed before I am prepared to pass judgment. Thank you, Your Excellency. Get dealt with, ho! Get dealt with! Not her smiling confidently. What was that smile? Yes, of course. I mean, I'd be delighted to help. Where's Opsy? Is she speaking English? No, in this case, she'd be speaking Japanese. Is she speaking Japanese? Is she dead now speaking Japanese? I'm so done with this hoe. Especially if it helps the relations between my country and yours. Miss Brett, you speak Japanese? Well, of course I do. I'm studying your country after all. But then, why haven't you been speaking through an interpreter until now? My mother's tongue, the Queen's English, is the most refined and elegant language in the world. As a gentlewoman, I try to avoid speaking in your vulgar tones as much as possible. You just insulted every man in here. Every Japanese person in here. She's in contempt of court for stringing the entire court along. Yo. But it seems the men in this land possess nothing of chivalrous virtues of English gentlemen. Did she just say your language sounds disgusting, so I wasn't gonna speak it? So I can see that I shall have to lower myself to communicating with you all on your own level. Oh, well, you are the impent of a true Englishwoman. Gentlewoman, excuse me. We are truly honored by this, the lavish consideration you so graciously afford to us. Are you? She straight up said your language is disgusting and vulgar, and you men are terrible. I mean, to an extent, yeah, girl. I mean, anyone but my Kazuma. Secondly, was just like, I'm only gonna speak in my language because it sounds prettier. I don't know if you heard British, but British English is always not that pretty. Some of y'all be sounding like country bumpkins, but from your tree and comfort situations. Thirdly, you were just trying to get off. I don't want to hear this nonsense, you lying hoe. I see. In that case, Miss Barrett, I will now ask you to testify in your own words, in Japanese, about the events leading up to the victim's death, Dr. Wilson. And take that mask off your face. So we're finally going to hear from her own words on the matter. It don't matter, she be lying. Things are getting interesting, Renouske. Alright, ho. Say what you want to say. Talk your shit. Unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burnt his wrists like that. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as I heard, the postmortem report showed no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot. And if there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. But of course, this country's inferior investigating techniques probably wouldn't pick up on it anyway. It's so funny because like I don't have to hear like Opsy's got such a personality that I can actually hear him as I read his his text, his messages. I can hear his voice in my ear. Like he's not on call with me. I'm doing the stream by myself, and I'm not in the room. But I can hear him so well that I don't even need to put him in the Discord so that I can stream. He's like a very prominent personality, and that's what I like about my friend. The most captivating and beautiful testimony will go down in the Supreme Court history. I read that sentence, and I'm just trying to understand. Are y'all all cucks? Are y'all into fandom? Do y'all like to be humiliated? Because she literally just called y'all disgusting, vulgar, incompetent, and y'all are just like, she's so beautiful, so gracious, so loving. Oh my god, she's so great. Excuse me. Basically, they're congratulating her for race play. Like, because she white. Because she white. Easy does it. I hope that this is the last time I'll have to sully my lips with this coarse tones of your unbecoming tongue. Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted anyone. If this computer wasn't expensive. Not at all, not at all. It is delight merely to hear you speak, dear lady. And it seems very clear from your testimony that this boorish talk of the victim's burn is utterly irrelevant. I will be speaking to your country's Minister of Justice about what has happened here today. The Ministry of Justice? May this irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest punishment possible. Amen. Thanks? Was that a prayer then? Well, you'll have to forgive the irritation, Miss Barrett, and put up with the cross-examination for now. Yeah, ho. I expect you're not noticed that this little bully of a student, as you put it, doesn't miss much. Chop off her tongue. Down with her. Down with the hoe. I'm sure I don't need to remind you, counsel, that will be your final cross-examination of the trial. I don't care. She don't threaten. She don't scare me. She a lying trick. I don't need her. If you feel to discriminate any problems with this witness's testimony, even though there's several, I will be ruling on the case immediately. Is that clear? Oh, that is not how a court goes. What's really funny is that I'm gonna buy this game to beat her ass personally. Yes, Your Excellency, you can't physically harm her. This is not a fighting game. Then you may proceed with the cross-examination. I already know which one is the messed up. I know which one it is. Let's go. Alright, ho. Talk your yes. Fortunately, that's one. That's two. Whoop that trick. 3. I know the way where I believe the trace you show me. 4, but of course it's cursive for the investigation. Okay, so. Okay, hold on. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so I forget which button it is. I think it's this one. Yes. Yeah, it is. Inferior? What do you mean by that? In the lands of the greatest British Empire, the police store everything found at the crime scene for later examination. But in this country, you investigate once and that's the end of it. Isn't that so? Quite right, Lady. La Carnival is open for business as usual today, just days after the incident. They just said, you know what, someone died, we gotta keep going, keep going. You know, nothing stops. We must keep going, because, you know, Japan is the overworked capital of the world. Exactly, which means that even if the investigation takes a different direction, vital evidence may be lost. You good, homeboy? It doesn't even occur to your native, detectives to try to preserve the crime scene. I'm trying to be as tactile about it as I can, you understand? A killer blow. This lady is formidable as she is beautiful. I want to stab her. Amazing. He's actually admitting our police must be flawed. Perhaps prosecutor RTG is finally starting to see sense. I very much doubt that. Still, there's something about what Miss Barrett just said. There was a moment before when something didn't seem quite right. What do you think, Inosuke? I think it's going terribly. No matter how much I press her, I'm not turning up any new information. Yes, as I suspected, she's a tough witness. We need to find a way to break her testimony, or the cross-examination will be over. I got this. But that would mean I have to find a way. There must be some clue somewhere to help us find a clink in her armor. Kazuma. What, Rinosuke? There is one thing I noticed. Something that's been bothering me. Bothering you? You mean about Miss Barrett? Actually, no. About the person sitting next to her. Inspector Hosonaga. The detective? Yes, he seemed to react a little strangely to Miss Barrett's last statement. I was wondering if it might be significant, if we might present an opening, maybe? Alright then, I have an idea. Try pressing on her in that last statement one more time. If you think so, but this time, instead of her targeting the woman herself, let's see what we can get out of the detective. Alright then, I wonder what Kazuma's thinking. I don't know, but he's brilliant. I'll find out soon enough, I suppose. Once I press Miss Barrett on that last statement again. Because he knows the way. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. You said words. You said words. More words. I don't care about you breathing. Alright, ho. Don't care. One more time. They're just saying the same thing over and over. Ah, was I not supposed to bring him again? Yes, there it is again. Yeah, he did it again. Okay, cool. I did it right. The detective's reaction is just the same as before. Why? Because this is a video game. I mean, up until now the detective has been in his stand with Miss Brett as her interpreter. But things are very different now. For this testimony, the detective is just listening to what the Englishwoman has to say. This could be a golden opportunity. What do you mean? When people are actually testifying, they're usually very careful not to let anything slip. However, when they're listening to someone else speak, you'll find they often let their guard down. You're right. Look at him. He's lost in his own thoughts. It's time to pursue that man and his train of thoughts. Sorry? Pursue? I'll explain how to do it now, Inosuke. It's all have to do with the witness's marker. What marker? At the moment, we're focused on Miss Barrett, who is the person actually making the current statement. But by moving the marker left and right with your control pad, you can turn your attention to the other people in the stand. Ooh. While you're looking at the other witnesses, you'll be able to pursue them with an A. Oh. If you catch this person at the right time, you might uncover some information to pursue. If you ever notice a strange atmosphere among the people on the stand, take a good look around. Alrighty then, so first I shall move the marker across with the control pad and focus on the detective. Then pursue him with A and see what's on his mind. Here we go. Exactly, which means that even if the testimony eventually takes place... How do I move over? I'm moving over. Okay, I moved over. I used the wrong one. Okay, and now we pursue with A. Excuse me. What is the meaning of this? Focus. Hey, get it together. Get it together. You good? You good, home slice? Okay, sorry about it. I leave chat for a few to come back to reading violence. You missed out. Homegirl was giving us business. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shock you. He really was deep in lost in his thoughts. Get back to it! Focus! It looked like you were thinking about something just now. Perhaps you've, having heard what the lady next to you had to say. If there's something you'd like to say, please share it with the court. What? What is the meaning of this? It is the delightful Englishwoman who's testifying at the moment. If you can find fault in her testimony, then cross-examination should be over immediately. I want to punch you. Oh, is this how it works? Absolutely not. Hmm? Ugh, the detective is in the stand, which makes him a valid witness. Yeah! Not to mention the fact that he's intimately involved in the case. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Do you have something to add in reaction to the statement just made by Miss Barrett? Yeah, boo. What you got? Okay, but for real, how bloody do you think that napkin is? Well, yes, if you don't mind, I would like to speak. Speak your truth, honey bun. She just basically said the Yap police force is trash, garbage, terrible. The ones that have been protecting her all this time. The lady is right. Our country's police practices are not as modern as those used in Great Britain. Which is why I, Son Turo Hazunaga, absolutely strive to make every investigation I'm involved in flawless. Even though I lie, cover up evidence, and pretend I don't know what you're talking about. What do you really mean by that? I'll tell you what I mean. I won't have evidence lacking on my watch. You just hid evidence from me. What are you talking about? I'm not afraid to take everything I can from the scene of the crime. It's preserving evidence, you see. I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief. I am not ashamed of what I've done. I'm sure you aren't. A crime scene thief? Well, looks like the lady's remarks touched a nerve there. Take this for example. It, my dude, is that the bottle we have in question in the photography? Photographs? I'm tired. Like, I literally yawned tired. Like, I'm exhausted by you. You drain my energy. Sir, you need that to be in... Why is this not being used as evidence? Why was this not brought up in the case? Why are you now holding on to it? Was this a famous bottle of like water for you? Why are you holding it, sir? Why are you still having evidence on your case, but you're supposed to have a great police force? God, why are you so incompetent? It is a bottle of carbonated water that I took from the victim's table on the day of question. Ah, yes. It's lost all its fizz, having been opened 3 days ago now. But it was carbonated water. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, there's something left in the bottle. I could see it. One day our police was among one day our police force will be among the best in the world. Here's my response to that. Best in the world? Really? You think so? Huh? Best in the world. I want you to go through some court cases in Japan. There's not a lot of crime. There's not. But whenever there is crime, uh, go through them and see how it goes. That's not to say that here, on this side of the planet, things work out well, but go through it. No, that response wasn't to that. My response was to what he just said. One day our police force would be among the best in the world. Go through some of their court cases. Go through crimes and like listening to how they react to certain things. I don't know if this is a Japanese case or there's a case about these lost boys and how they didn't decide to go look for them because I think they were the frog boys or something. Yeah, let's go over that one day. But all right, sir. The time is coming. I guarantee it. Okay. Will you be alive to see such a time? I can't say I condone this witness's actions, but I do understand the sentiment. You understand? What do you understand? The court will not accept the glass bottle of water as evidence. We're just now accept. Hey yo, I'm really trying to understand here. How on earth everybody could just get away with this stuff? Miss Barrett, can you confirm that this is indeed a bottle from which that you drank on the day of the victim's death? Yes, it was that bottle. What was that about? The bottle has poison in it. She poisoned him. She poisoned him. I am getting so tired. It is like unbelievable how tired I am. Like, I'm not exhausted. I'm just exhausted by them. Like, how they're just like, oh, is that what happened? Oops, I don't know. I didn't see that happening. Face ass. Alright, OBS. What's what's going on? The poison. There we go. OBS was just like, this game is tiring. I'm about finished. Let's continue. She seemed to have her eyes. She seemed to have averted her eyes when she answered the judge's question. She averted her whole face. Like, my computer is like, nah, I don't even want to deal with this case no more. 1 second. There we go. Okay, had to do some tweaking. Like everybody else seems to be. Very well, counsel. You may resume with the cross-examination. And the inspector will kindly control his fervor. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Okay. So OBS is just like, nah, I don't want to do this game anymore. It's just like, did I fix it? I did not fix it. Oh my god. That better? Come on, I want to do more of this case. Stop it. 1 second. See if that works. No? No? Anywhere go? Professional streamer life here. We love to see it. Okay. Well, OBS is giving me nonsense. So from there, I guess we're going to stop. We're going to take a. We're going to OBS does this to me all the time. Anyway, whoop. Okay. Guess OBS was like, nah, we're not gonna do that. That's okay. That's totally fine with me. I don't know if you can still hear me. If you can, that's dope. Um, I'm going to end stream here. Oh wait, it's so quiet. I wonder if I can do that. There we go. Alright, me, thank you for watching me play Ender Lily. Oh, now it wants to fix itself. I don't understand. Um, Thank you so much for watching. It was great. I'm so excited. I can't wait to play more mystery games. Um, on Wednesday. So I'm gonna go now. I will catch you all on the flip side. I'll see you all Wednesday. Bye bye.